Hello and Assalamualaikum to our panels. My name is Nur Fatia Emergency of the Kamasaka, and today I will present to you about the adoption of data analytics among manufacturing industry in Malaysia. In the industrial industry, there has been a significant shift toward digitalization, where Industry 4.0, or known as IR 4.0, is focused on the automation and digitalization of all business activities. Fundamental change that are predicted to be enabled by the transition to IR 4.0 consist of meeting individual client needs, adaptability, improved decision, increased productivity, generating revenue through new service, responding to workplace demographic change, and enhanced work-life balance. What is the meaning of data analytics? Data analytics is the process of examining datasets in order to find trends and draw conclusions about the information they contain. Increasingly, data analytics is done with the aid of specialized systems and software. Data analytics can be used to monitor processes and detect flaws in a manufacturing organization, have a real-time data monitoring, a drop in quality cost and increase in product quality, increase the visibility and openness of the supply chain, which helps to eliminate uncertainty. Data analytics also have five types of data analytics, which are descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive, and cognitive analytics. The problem segment for this project is data analytics is important because it helps business optimize their performances. Implementing it into the business model means companies can help reduce costs by identifying more efficient ways of doing business and by storing large amounts of data. However, a significant number of businesses are unable to fully benefit from the chance that data analytics can provide. Some researchers have even dismissed the idea that data analytics can help business improve performance. Thus, an investigation is done to analyze the implementation level of data analytics adoption in the manufacturing industry in Malaysia and to relate on how data analytics adoption significantly affects the manufacturing industry organizational performance in Malaysia. The objective of this project is to analyze the implementation level of data analytics adoption in the manufacturing industry in Malaysia. And the second objective is to relate on how data analytics adoption significantly affects the manufacturing industry organizational performance in Malaysia.
Study has discovered that industrial manufacturers are approaching the data analysis in business-driven and pragmatic manner, as the most successful data analysis strategies start by identifying the business requirements, then employ the existing and evolving infrastructure, data sources, and analytics to meet those requirements. The first step to approach data analytics is to remember that big data initiatives are customers and analytics operational, as customer-centric objectives are a top priority for manufacturing industry, and that manufacturing companies always attempt to produce innovative products and services at predictable. Second is scalable and extensible information foundation, as establishing an information foundation that supports the constantly rising amount, diversity, and volatility of data, realize the promise of gaining significant and measurable commercial value from big data. Next is gain insight from the existing and new sources of internal and external data, as it can be used as the key source of the data analysis. Lastly is strong analytics capability, and it is important as it can be used to address the business problem. The challenge in adopting data analysis in manufacturing industry can be divided into five. In a social perspective, people in the organization are reluctant to share information, and a non-hierarchical culture of trust is required. From the legal perspective, there are concerns about data privacy and data protection, as the possibility of misusing the personal data is big in the data analysis. From the architecture perspective, there is concern of lack of infrastructure to process high volume data efficiently, because to handle the data, organization require proper server equipment, high processor, or middleware. Or this can be a problem because they are unable to interpret the information quickly. The challenge from a market perspective is highly complex analytic solutions in the software market, as it is extremely challenging to find analytical system with both powerful analytical capabilities and engaging user-friendly. And the last challenge is IT infrastructure, where to process information, a solid IT infrastructure is required. And aside of that, business also must consider the entire of data life cycle.
The scope for this project is the study focused on manufacturers in Malaysia. It is focused on manufacturer companies that implement adoption of data analytics. 60 target respondents working in manufacturing industry in Malaysia is needed for online survey respondents. This is my methodology for this project. The project starts by stating the problem statement and developing objective, proceeding with developing questionnaire design. The design of the questionnaire consists of 6 constructs and it is developed from literature review and online survey questions. Pilot study is done to check the reliability and validity of the questionnaire by using Chromebase alpha analysis. In this step, 10 respondents are needed. Survey is conducted after the improvement of the questionnaire is done and 60 respondents are targeted. In discussion, we will talk about the objective based for results in questionnaire. In results and discussion, first I will talk about validity and reliability analysis. It is done by using Chromebase Alpha and is done during pilot study phase. The pilot test involved the contribution of about 10 respondents to answer the survey. The respondents in manufacturing industry are selected randomly. Table 1 shows the value of Chromebase Alpha range from 0.577 to 0.826. This demonstrates that all the research variables were internally consistent and had acceptable reliability values, except for item compatibility, where the Chromebase alpha value is 0.5773 and is considered as a poor internal consistency. The item is then removed from questionnaire. After the improvement of questionnaire is done, a new questionnaire is given to 60 target respondents and 30 responses are received. Results are obtained. From Figure 1, respondents were asked whether their organization has implemented the adoption of data analytics, and 100% of respondents agreed that their components did. And from Figure 2, respondents were asked if they already had data analytics training, and 30% of respondents said yes to the question. From Figure 3, respondents were asked about period of them experiencing with data analytics, and the majority of the respondents have already experienced in 6 to 10 years. To analyze the objective number 1, a series of questions were asked in the questionnaire, and the result is shown as below. Question from Figure 4 asks to know whether the company is unable to effectively leverage data analytics due to lack of financial resources. This is because the cost comes from having to invest in and effectively implement data analytics solutions and tools such as Hadoop, Spark, HANA, and Tableau. 80% respondents disagree that financial problems limiting their companies from fully utilizing data analytics, followed by 20% respondents strongly disagree with this statement. Question for Figure 5 asks if the respondents' organization is unable to take advantage of the data analytics, and 63.3% disagree that lack of infrastructure restricted their companies from taking full advantages of the implementation. IT infrastructure is one of the major issues that an industry has when implementing big data. From Figure 6, 56.7 respondents agreed that a clear consensus on a uniform set of data definitions and business principles is necessary, and 43.3% of respondents strongly agree. Figure 7 shows that 20 over 30 respondents agree that in order to stream, monitor, and maintain the enterprise data flow, top management has policies that support the use of data analytics activities, and 10 over 30 of respondents has strongly agreed. The questions in Figure 8 shows that the majority of the respondents, which are 63.3%, strongly agree that top management is enthusiastic about the potential of data analytics to revolutionize the firm. The level of implementation of adoption of data analytics can be measured by using PDWI analytics maturity model to better understand the amount of data analytics adoption in the organization. The data collected are from survey questions. From the results, it shows that most of the companies are in stage 4, where the company is attempting to transition from early adoption to corporate adoption and to spread the benefit of analytics to more customers and departments. However, it must overcome a number of challenges. Correlation coefficient analysis is done to define the relationship between independent variables viewed as organizational readiness, organizational data environment, top management support, and data analytics adoption to the impact of organizational performance. Dependent variable is determined based on objective number 2. Table 2 shows a positive reaction between organizational readiness and organizational performance, where the R value is 0.847. The positive correlation means that the other variable will be improved if one of the variables increase. According to Actor 2016, better rewards in their adoption of data analytics investment are often ready for companies that have a higher degree of organizational readiness. The form of organizational readiness can be of data warehouse and hiring employees with data analytics skills. According to Lehman 2002, preparation is an important organizational factor for a successful implementation of a new technology. For the relationship between organizational performance and top management support, the results show that there was a relationship between organizational performance and top management support. The value of R is 0.756, shows there is a high correlation between top management support factor and organizational performance. This is parallel to Julio Franz 2020 first, where according to him, top management support is a fundamental element in building a support environment and providing the right resources to adopt new technologies. This is an important factor in adapting data analysis as it requires the required data integration and architecturally well-tuned resources. The R value between organizational performance and data analytics adoption shows a very high correlation between the two constructs, where the value shows R is 0.843. It is very agreeable that adoption of data analytics will increase the performance of an organization. Since data analytics can help companies better understand the customers, evaluate their ad campaigns, personalize content, create content strategies, and develop products. According to Enquarterial 2017, adopting data analytics provides strategic agility because organizations can respond quickly in the age of the big data. This application enables effective internal and external knowledge management to help organizations create organizational agility. With strategic agility in context, the adoption of data analytics improves business performance. Lastly, the R value between organizational performance and organizational data environment shows a moderate correlation as the value shows a 0.59 R value. According to previous research, it shows that organizational data environment structure has an impact on the employee performance. A poor organized organizational structure means that there will be a low productivity, less delegation of work, no incentive provide, and centralized decision. Therefore, based on the results that have been discussed earlier, what can be concluded is most of the companies have implemented the adoption of data analytics in their manufacturing companies. All of the results from coefficient correlation analysis shows a relation between dependent and independent variables where adoption of data analytics in manufacturing industry in Malaysia does improve their organizational performance. Although the study has fulfilled its objective, there are still many areas for additional studies and empirical research. Further study also can be developed by investigating the accurate way to implement the adoption of data analytics in manufacturing industry in Malaysia. This study also can be adopted in different settings and environment where the impact of adoption of data analytics in organizational performance can be compared between government and private sector. And that's all from me. Thank you.